I can't stand being on video and I can't stand my own voice. But I'm having the same conversations with people over and over again, so I figure if I just make it a video, then it'd be easier and I can just send you the video instead of just having this conversation over and over and over again because I can't. I really can't. So I'm gonna try to make this quick too because I don't want to. I don't want. I'm just gonna do this. I'm biking. I'm gonna do 5 miles, 20 minutes. Here we go. Hopefully this video is like 5 minutes. So I come from a family of 9, and we were raised in, well, 9 brothers and sisters. Well, 8 brothers and sisters, 2 parents, but we were raised in an abandoned house in Roxbury, and I mean abandoned, like. We were pooping in a bucket in the kitchen, no running water, no heat, no nothing, barely any electricity. That's how I was raised until I was about 7. And my mother and father were martial artists. My dad was also a big-time drug dealer, and everyone was afraid of my dad. He was also an abusive piece of crap. So he's very physically abusive, and obviously if he's physically abusive, then your brothers and sisters become very physically abusive as well, and mentally abusive. So I grew up not really understanding the world around me. I only understood what I went through and what I was experiencing from my family. And I had been bullied my entire life, told I was ugly, told I wasn't smart, I was a liar, I'm a piece of crap, made fun of about everything I've ever tried to do. And that didn't stop in my life until I stopped talking to my family because they don't know how not to do it. They don't know how not to literally take you out at the shins, bro. Like, you just give them good news or rip it apart. So I don't share my good news. I don't share anything in my life. And I turned me into a very private person. So I do a lot of stuff by myself. I'm into mad stuff, and I do a lot of stuff by myself. My house is full of toys, full of gadgets. I have a ton of hobbies. And I wanted to share hobbies with people because I didn't know how to connect. And then I found out nobody wants to play with me. So I play alone, and that's fine. I won't bother anybody. I'll do it myself. It's fine. The thing is this. I realized a really important lesson in my life. And that is, if you're doing everything that you can possibly do just to be around people, which means I'm happy when I'm alone. I'm very happy when I'm alone. When I'm around other people, I realize I have to be a different version of myself for every person in my life. And that version of myself is not me. So I have to wait to be alone for me to be me. And when I'm me, I'm happy. And so I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, well, if I have to be a different version of myself to be around you, and that's what makes you happy, and I'm not happy, I want to be happy. So maybe it's not you, maybe it's me. And if it's me, I gotta find out what it is about me that is making me have to be a different person to be around people. And I realized that it doesn't matter. Because if you say jump and I say how high, and then you say 3 feet, I jump 3 feet. Then you're saying, why'd you jump? And I say, you just told me to jump. You say, no, I told you to sit. That breaks my brain. So then I'm like, okay, it's me. I'll sit. And then when you're like, oh no, don't sit, jump. I'm like, damn, didn't you just tell me? You just punished me for jumping. Now I'm sitting, and you're saying you're not going to sit, so you want me to jump. Okay, how high? I can't do that anymore. I would rather say, no, I don't want to jump. And then you'll say, well, you jumped before. Okay, I know I jumped before. That's what I was doing so you could be happy in my life. So I'm not doing that anymore. I don't want to jump. I don't even like jumping. That being the fact, if you can't be in my life, and I need to jump for you, and I don't want to jump, I need to show you the door. That's it. I'm fine by myself. I'm fine alone. And guess what? Every single thing I've ever dreamed of coming true in my life is happening right now. Starting 10 businesses. I'm going to have my own farm. I have so much support from strangers, which I never, ever, ever thought was going to happen. I thought because nobody supports me in any way, shape, or form, except for very few people. Those are the real ones. So that's my real family. Very few people. But You know, I just never got support, ever. People always poke holes in everything I say, every plan I say. I'm gonna start a farm. Do you know how hard that is? I do know how hard that is, but I'm still gonna do it. Yeah, but you don't even have the money. I don't care, I'm still gonna do it. What's the point in telling me all the negative things that can go wrong when I'm telling you there's nothing that's gonna stop me? I'm gonna do it anyway. Why tell me anything? Why say otherwise? Because you're looking out for me? You're just warning me and showing me what I'm not seeing? I see it. I know it's gonna be hard. I know it's gonna suck. I know it's gonna be impossible, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice but to do what I'm doing, and I'm gonna do it. My dream is not mine. My dream is my dad's. I thought growing up, because my dad was like, hey, we're gonna buy a valley, we're gonna own a farm, we're gonna make food and send it around the world, and we're gonna be free of this hell. Because we were raised in an abandoned house, pooping in a bucket. And when the bucket was full, you had to take the bucket, bring it down to the street, and dump the poop bucket into the sewer and bring it back and rinse it out. I remember that. I know what I've gone through in my life. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. But you're not going to take what I gave myself. I won't allow it. And if you're going to try to do that, I'm going to try to talk to you and be like, listen, please don't try. Because there's another Vayu that appeared in the background, in the back of my head. And there's two of me. I know that for a fact. There's the really nice Vayu and the really cool Vayu that wants to talk and play and wants everyone to love, baby, love, love, love. I'm an extreme empath. I feel pain. I feel other people's pain. That being the case, I try to protect myself because I feel everything of everyone else's pain. Every negative thing everyone tells me, I'm going through it with you. But once I realize all you're trying to do is break me down, all you're trying to do is stop me. You're trying to convince me that I'm ugly, but I don't think I'm ugly. I look in the mirror and I see me, and I love me. I like the way I look. That being the case, why are you telling me anything otherwise? I know I'm not smart. The more you know, the more you realize how stupid you are. So if you're saying to me, you're a know-it-all, you think you know everything. I know I don't. So what are you doing other than projecting and gaslighting? And you think I'm too stupid to know that. But okay, go ahead. What the hell's about me? Oh, you're an asshole, you're mean. No, I'm just honest. Sorry. So if my honesty hurts you, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't wanna lie anymore. I was a prolific liar because I was embarrassed of my past, so I lied about everything. I don't wanna do that anymore. I don't wanna live a lie. So, yeah, call me a liar. I know I'm telling the truth, so I don't have to tell you. But at some point, I need to look at you and be like, hey, wait, why are you in my life? If I'm all these bad things you're saying, why are you in my life? Because you don't have to be. Every relationship is a two-way street. You can leave at any point. But leave me intact. Don't break me down to a version of myself I don't even like. Why? Because it makes you comfortable? Because you're not confident? Because you don't think you're smart? You have bad self issues, or you're looking at yourself and you're seeing all these problems? Well, I work on my problems. Non-stop. I don't sleep. So I have a lot of projects. I'm working on things non-stop because I don't think I'm smart. So I'm trying to study and be smarter. I'm trying to learn more. I want to learn everything. So I'm doing it. I want to be in shape. I want a six-pack. I'm busting my ass for that. For my birthday tomorrow, I wanted a six-pack. I got one. And a lot of gifts I'm giving myself for my birthday that money can't buy. And I know the only person that can give that to me is me. And I'm giving it to me. So as I'm going through this transition in my life, where all I want around me are people who understand me, know me, and will allow me to be me without shredding me apart and taking me down and poking holes, that's what I want. If you're not going to do that, I will, yes, I'm going to confront you and let you know, hey, I know that I used to do it. You can't do it anymore though. I'll die. Well, I used to do it and it was fine. I know. I'll give you an analogy just so you understand what people are doing to me and how I see it. So imagine someone used to date you and you're a woman. You're a woman and this guy used to date, like, you're dating this guy, right? So you're giving him access to you, you're having sex, right? So then, now something happened, you don't want to have sex with him anymore. And they try to have sex with you and you say, no, I don't want to have sex with you. And they're like, wait, but we had sex before. I know that. We were together. That's why we had sex. I allowed you to have sex with me. I wanted to have sex with you. That's why we had sex. So, that being the case, Now that life is changing and I'm changing, I don't want this anymore. So no. And then the person says, well, I don't understand. It used to be okay. Why not now? Because things change and I don't want it anymore, so I can't allow it because that makes me feel. So no. I don't understand though. I had access to your body before and I had sex with you before. Why can't I do it now? Because I said no. So now what? You're going to rape me? That's what you're going to do because you had access to me before and I did these things before. So you're going to force me to do something I'm telling you I don't want to do because I did it before. So now I'm trapped in this situation, right? Now I have to defend myself from you because you're going to rape me. What the hell am I? That's how I feel. What the hell? So, yeah, if that's the case, you will reach the version of Vayu that protects Vayu's joy, that protects the child in me. And I call that guy Godzilla. And if you've ever experienced me in Godzilla mode, you know I don't even like that guy. That guy sucks. He sucks. And I know that that guy's gonna probably have me end up in jail. I'll lose everything in my life if I allow people to mess with me to a point where that guy comes out. It'll ruin my life. So now, if I want to have my dreams come true, which are coming true, the only thing that I can do is protect my sanity from people driving me insane. So then I'll never have to be that guy. I can just be happy and joyful, playful, have fun. But in the last week and a half, I've been having conversations with all my close friends that say they love me and they care about me. And I'm saying, hey, I know I allowed certain things from you in the past, but I can't have that going forward. And they're saying, but why? I did it before. I did it before, why not now? Because I said, no, I can't do it anymore. But why? I'm not talking about this anymore. And I'm not gonna have this conversation again. So, if you wanna know what's happening with me, if you wanna know who I am, why I am, what I'm doing, whatever that is, ask and I'll tell you. But if you wanna try to break me down, you can. If you wanna try to stop me, you can't. If you wanna get in my way, don't. I will run you over. I'm a sleeping dragon. And poking me till I snap is equivalent to walking up to a sleeping dragon and then you start pissing on it. And it wakes up and say, what the hell do you think you're doing? And it eats you. Then it flies to your village and burns the whole thing to ashes. Then it goes back home and goes to sleep. Who wants that? I don't want that. I just was trying to sleep. This is the last time I'm ever going to say this because I don't want to say it again. It hurts my heart. I've been having pain in my chest, in my heart, for over a month. And I know why I'm having it because I'm anticipating a fight at all times because I'm just telling people something simple and they're making it complicated. I'm telling people what I care about when I don't. They're trying to force me to care about stuff I don't care about. You can't make me care about something I don't care about. But the things I do care about, I care about deeply. The things I love so deep, it makes me happy. It like literally makes me happy that there are things out there in life that I love. I have the capacity to love. And I want to protect that. I'm trying to protect it even from me. So, you know, I don't really have anything else to say other than I love you guys. I love everybody. I want the best for everybody. The people in my life that do see this video and do know me, guess what, bro? My life is about to change for the better. I will never have to worry about money again. And I will make sure I support everything you do financially. And if you need me to show up, I'll show up. I'll give you the support I never had. Because I don't need it. I gave it to myself. I can do it myself. I don't need anything from anybody other than don't try to mess up my life. Don't try to take my peace. And if you try to take what I built, whoo, whoo, that's it. Have a good day, everybody. Love you. Bye.